welcome back to All Things Outdoors. So here's the deal, it's 18 degrees. It's going to get down to 3 or 4 degrees tonight, and I'm going backpacking in Indiana. I wanted to give my quilt a good test run, and I think that this will be the best opportunity to do it. Now, normally I'm a big advocate for test your gear at home. Don't put yourself at risk. Well, that being said, I'm actually going to woods not too far away. I'm going to stay at the Salamone Reservoir. There's a trail there called the Bloodroot Trail. It's like a little over 14 mile backpacking trail. No desire to ever really do that trail in the summer because it's pretty basic, but there's something about that area that when the lake is drained, it's just really, really cool. Not to mention it's not too far away. I'm actually going to not do too many miles. I'm going to do like maybe a mile, maybe a little more, just to get in, set up camp, get tons of firewood for tonight. Now, I'm a big advocate for testing your gear at home. However, I'm not going to be going far. I'll be camping probably, like I said, within a mile of the car, so if I have to pull off trail, I can. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Got plenty of warm clothes, and I brought 2 other top quilts if need be. So I have kind of a 3-season quilt and a summer quilt I'm bringing as well. So if I have to use those to supplement my DIY quilt, I will. You know, this feels fairly safe. I feel like I am going out in the woods with a new piece of gear and some Arctic weather, but I feel like I'm doing it as safely as possible, you know, I guess. So I just dropped my money in the box at the Bloodroot Trailhead. We're gonna look at staying at campsite 6, but we're not gonna start at the trailhead. Like I said, I don't want to be about 10 miles in, something go wrong, and then have to hike out, you know, in the 0 degree with things not working the way they should. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, just since this is kind of an overnight test, I'm going to head over to the Mount Edna wildlife area, and then there's another trailhead there where we can jump on to the Bloodroot Trail, and then we'll hit campsite 6. It is 3:14, and we're going to make our way to camp. Not going to make it long before I put on the gloves. It's pretty chilly. So right now it's right around 17 degrees. Got on tons of layers. So if it looks like I don't have a very thick coat on, I've got thermal, long sleeve synthetic, another synthetic, fleece, and this down jacket that I normally just wear when it's at 30, so should be good. In fact, I'm gonna have to probably watch myself, make sure I don't start sweating. Other than that, we're hiking. That was David Gray's line. I love this fanny pack from Hilltop Packs. I love the fact that it's a roll closure. It's so easy to get into. All right. This is actually the closest I've ever backpacked to home. Oh, snow-covered hills. Kind of get glimpses of Salamone. That's actually a bay of it. So in the summertime, when it's all filled, the water's all the way back. Backpack site 6. Looks like we got some down wood everywhere. Actually seen in the registry some people use this site a couple weeks ago. Awesome. Hopefully it's got a fire pit here. All right. Wow. Yeah, it does. It does have a fire pit. We'll get that sucker uncovered. I'll try to turn that log since it's got a section without snow on it too. We may set up over here. This will work. I may set right up against that log. Check this view out. Ha! So killer. Awesome. You can see the water line, how high the water actually gets. But this is so much better like this. Amazing. Got the tent set up, got all my down in there airing out, or I got all my down in there expanding. Sun's starting to go down a little bit. I think it's supposed to get dark around 6 o'clock, so it's got to be right around 4, I would think. But I'm going to start gathering wood, get a fire going. Got to clean out this fire pit, get all the snow out of it. But I am using a Climate Static V, but it's the insulated Static V pad. It gets about a 4.4 R value, and I have that quilted V sheet, which I'll put a link up here to a video that talks about it, but it actually adds 2 R, so I'll be sleeping on 6.4 R pad basically tonight, and then I'll have my 0 DIY top quilt, and then we'll see how that works out. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find some sticks and maybe get a little more of a pull out and tighten up my tent a little bit. So I want to try to keep as much of it off of me so I don't get any condensation on it. That's one mistake I always seem to make. So I'm going to see if I can give myself a little more room if that helps. But I better get cracking, see if I can get that done, get some wood going, get a fire started. All right. All right, I think that helped quite a bit. I'm actually getting sweaty. I had to take off my outer shell. So I broke up some bigger pieces and put on the bottom of the kindling just to kind of get it up off the snow. I dug a lot of the snow out, but it's just to, you know, make sure we get it going here pretty quickly. So, but once we start getting some hot ashes, I'll probably ignite that stuff on the bottom and get that to take off. So I'm going to keep getting a bunch more of this little stuff, keep piling on in here, and then we'll see if we can find some bigger pieces. I do have a saw I'm going to use as well too. I'm not on fire. I'm just trying to let the sweat out. That's gonna burn for a while. But really, I was just knocking off some dead falling stuff, and I mean, there's tons of wood you can find around here, especially you get some of these dead limbs to break up, and so no shortage of wood around this campsite. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start boiling some water, and I didn't bring much water with me, and I didn't bring a filter because I just planned on melting the snow. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and get in the tent. It's right around 8 o'clock. It's starting to get a little chilled off. It's definitely low teens. It's about ready to drop into single digits. I can promise you that. Somebody's riled up. Well, here's a cold. Survived. It's down to like 1 degrees. I'm gonna start getting packed up. My batteries keep getting zapped from this cold. So we'll get packed up and see if we can get moving here pretty quick and make our way back to the car. But other than that, quilt worked out great. I went ahead and put the backpack pad in the foot box. Just, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Felt like it was going to get a little cold, so I wanted to head that off at the pass. 16 degrees, I almost felt a little too warm. Now that it's down to 1, feels about right. So I'd say it's almost a comfort rated 0 degrees. So we'll call that a success. And my coldest overnight winter experience, we'll call a success also. Let's get out, get moving, get on the trail. Oh, such a cool spot. Basically got the fire going again so I can pack up, then get warm, pack up, then get warm, finish up. I'll put the fire out and then I'll be on the road. GoPro's dying. Well, in the final stretch, thanks for coming along. GoPro's completely dead. Figured I'd record the outing on my phone. But very successful, short hike in the coldest temperature I've ever camped out in. With a piece of gear I made myself. So not only did I make the gear, I used the gear for what it was intended for, and it worked. So I call that a success. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you like the content, and be sure to hit that notification bell to be notified when more content is uploaded. Until next time.